All right. So today we got the singer David's life is over over as he knows it. Shout out to atozy for the video. I've decently kept up with, the David lore of the case. Again, rest in peace. What's her name? I forgot her name, but again, rest in peace to her. I said this earlier. I had feelings that the parents knew. I might have. If I didn't, then I'm saying right now, the parents knew a little bit. It's wrong. There is evidence, if I'm not mistaken, that they did. It's a sad situation. She is dead, so rest in peace to her. Again, shout out to atozy for the video. Hit the link for open on the socials. We are live on Kick and Twitch just about every day. We have two other channels. We got another reaction channel of body cams. That is Low Willis Clips and more Low Willis Shorts. Again, obviously TikTok, Instagram, all that jazz. Follow up on all those. Let's get it going. Oh man, he needs to be. Again, let's not be too definitive. He's 100% it. If he gets if he gets charged, all these influencers and all these people that were close to him, the feds, go look into them too.
The TikTok singer and songwriter who was arrested and charged for the horrific crimes against a 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez recently finished his 5-day.
So again, rest in peace to Celeste. That is sad. There, dude. I watched a little bit on TikTok of someone that went to the case. Oh, bro, and it was horrible. It was horrible.
Preliminary trial. And I guess you could say, just when we thought the story couldn't get any worse,
Raping her. I think she was doing drugs, if I'm not mistaken. I think an alleged abortion, maybe. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. A lot of
disturbing evidence came out. So I don't think it's a shocker to say it's not looking good for the 21-year-old singer and songwriter who I guess retired himself early. I mean, it is pretty much safe to say the dude's life as he knows it is over. And this is just such a disgusting tragedy, such an avoidable tragedy. It's a tragedy all around. I mean, David went from the height of his career to possibly facing life behind bars or actually a lethal injection, all within roughly a year. And obviously that's nothing compared to the fact
drop him
that a young girl tragically
drop him. If you know what I'm saying, drop his ass. Go ahead and get rid of him. You expect me to have sympathy for someone that was graping a kid? Yeah, dude, you knew it was wrong too. Especially if anyone knew it around him too. Dude, all these influencers, I'm looking at you sideways, man. Again, a lot of these influencers are virtue signaling. When everyone else wants to talk about something, they want to have their opinions and have all this shit. When it comes to your friends, they can do whatever they want to do, I guess.
Lost her life because I guess he thought that might protect him. Was he the dumbest criminal alive? I don't know, but regardless, it seems like he's ended his career and potentially his life as well, all because of his disgusting actions. And this case has already been insanely dark and hard to cover just because of these circumstances and just Celeste being so young, but it also just really continues to get worse. You guys probably remember this news coming.
Dude, I want him to cover the Lindsay Clancy thing, right? To have a video up on the Low Willis, it's not like my full opinion, but look, of a little bit of it. I want to see what his thoughts are and what he got. Again, I didn't know everything. Now I'm looking into it. Yeah, dude, some of the meds and stuff is off. Don't mean you can murk your kids. Don't mean you can do that. Don't mean you can do that one.
Out roughly a year ago. I covered it twice when, everything first came out and then when he was finally arrested. And since then, obviously, there's been a whole bunch of updates. And honestly, it is just all downhill from essentially when we found out about the story. And unfortunately, things just got so much darker as the evidence was presented and testimonies were given. But just in case you don't know what's been going on in this case, I will give you a quick recap to get you guys up to date. So everything started last September when workers in a Los Angeles tow yard noticed a foul smell coming from an abandoned Tesla that had been parked in that lot for a few months. And of course, we now know that car belonged to the popular music artist and TikToker David, who also just so happened to be on tour during the discovery of this horrific scene. So when authorities arrived to this tow yard and searched the car, they unfortunately found human remains in the trunk, and it was clear that they had been there for a while. And it only took
I'm curious when he did it. I'm sure they have the timeline, but I'm gonna say, just off a pre-guess, probably before he went on tour.
a couple of days for the remains from the car to be identified as the missing 14-year-old girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And at first, David tried to ignore the headlines that his Tesla had just been used in this horrific crime scene, but he did cancel his world tour and immediately started laying low. So fans then wanted to believe that it was a terrible coincidence, but it didn't take long at all for the public to dig up a whole bunch of photos, clips, and Discord messages from the past that seemed to link David to the missing girl Celeste. And we're talking about things like him joking about having a baby with her in a Discord server, or clips from her old live stream making comments about their not only troubling but illegal age gap. And also, not to mention, she apparently had a matching tattoo with David.
Yo, where's all these people in the group chat? Oh, now. Motherfucker, y'all been knew this? Y'all should have been sent this to the feds. Y'all should have already, the feds should have knocked at his door 5 months ago. Well, 5 months ago prior to her dying. All these people in Discord now are becoming detectives? Come on, man. Y'all, why are we acting like... See, some of these people look a little complicit. Doesn't mean they wanted this to happen. Doesn't mean anything like that, of that sort. But it's like, now everyone in Discord and finding all this crap. Yeah. More like you were overlooking it. That's what I'm getting from this. You start overlooking shit. Because you in David's chat and he starts typing. You start overlooking stuff, ain't it? When people become your favorite, you start overlooking stuff. Don't ever let that happen, man. Don't be too tribal here.
Her finger. Yeah, it wasn't looking good, and it keeps getting worse. Because all of this evidence made it, very much seem like it was very possible that David could have had a romantic relationship with Celeste, despite him being 20 and her being 13 to 14. And this theory also gave him a pretty good motive, considering, his career would be over right as it started if it came out that he was actually dating a child. Even worse, if he got that child pregnant. But regardless, like I said, fans didn't want to believe that he could actually be responsible for this. But, no one could really argue that his creative direction was also pretty alarming because, his biggest hits were titled things like Romantic Homicide, and the music videos depicted someone being, taken out and thrown into a trunk. And it also started to seem like he was leaving some clues and wanted people to point fingers. Which leaves you with so many questions. Like, everything about this story leaves you with why? Why would you ever do this?
He was into, sick stuff anyways. Like, he was into gore. So, this dude was already, a weirdo. He was I hate to be rude, okay. Well, he is a weirdo because he's raping kids. It's a weirdo behavior. Evil behavior too, very evil. Let me not lose my train of thought here. But him growing up, I don't think he had friends like that and all that stuff. So he was very parasocial and he was into gore videos. I heard he was just fucking disgusting. The fame, the fame got him. Now he can start hanging around people. He can take advantage of people. That seems what happened, in my personal opinion, right here.
Why would you ever do this to someone? And if you're actually a psychopath, you clearly have to be a psychopath to do something like that. But also, if you are a psychopath, why would you do that to yourself? All of it just doesn't make sense. Then on top of everything, why?
Well, because he has a career and he wants to do this and he thinks this is the best option. It clearly worked for 3 months. He just had to do it better. I hate to be rude, but shit. If he parked that shit somewhere else, I guarantee no one else would have found that. It's just the fact he parked it somewhere publicly. I hate to be rude, but the odds that he would have got caught, dude, I think they're very slim. I hate to be rude, dude. He already put the news out into the group chat. Now I guarantee that they started looking more into it. Maybe they would discover this, but it's did people care? I hate to be rude, because dude, it's in group chats, on live streams. These are fans. Do these people not care? Because especially these parasocial ones that are in Discord trying to find out is everything. Do these people not care? That's what I'm trying to see. I think we're overlooking something here.
Is he leave breadcrumb trails? Or actually, this wasn't even breadcrumb trails. Why does he leave red tape that just leads straight up to him? All of it is just so disgusting and stupid. And it's kind of What did he expect? A congratulations, bozo? Like, he achieved something that very few can actually achieve, and then he threw it all away. And the general public absolutely believed he was responsible, like even becoming enraged at authorities for not taking him in immediately. And it took a few months before anyone was actually arrested, and people were worried that this was going to get swept under the rug somehow due to, I guess, David's fame. But in April 2026, David was finally arrested and charged in connection with the...
He ain't that famous yet. He ain't there yet, man. He ain't got the connection yet. You in Hollywood, but you ain't in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Right? You got you know, you hang around with big people, but you ain't hanging around the right big people. You know what I'm saying?
Of Celeste. And his former charges were first-degree murder, lewd and lascivious acts with an individual under 14, and mutilating the remains of a body. So the LA District Attorney, Nathan Hochman, allegedly said that David had a long-term relationship with an underage girl while he was an adult, and he took her life to protect his career. So it seems like that the detectives agreed with the motive that the internet kind of concluded on as well. And I guess after all of this time had passed,
what else would his motive be? Just being real. He did it for fun? He might have, I don't know.
It seems like finally someone was going to do something about this and the dude would be held responsible. But for a few months following this, David's preliminary hearing kept getting pushed back due to how much evidence there was in this case. Then finally, on July 21st, the preliminary hearing was set to begin, and the trial attracted so much public attention that the court held a public lottery for seats at the hearing. And content creators like Trappler Ross and Sloan managed to actually win some seats, and they were able to provide live updates during the breaks. So I'll include some clips and information from them alongside of the information presented online.
Okay, guys, so
lottery tickets. The fuck is that? Just go ahead, man. Y'all doing too much, man. If someone's dead, just get to the bottom of the case. Y'all trying to make money off this? What the fuck? Huh? Unless y'all, I don't know how it works. Maybe like you put your name in like a raffle, not like you're paying, but it's like if they are, if you gotta pay money to get in, like to do all this raffle, that money better go to Celeste's family, or at least to paying for the funeral or the. I think he messed up with maybe a cremation. I mean, she can't really do a funeral.
Was one of the 10 people that were allowed to go into the courthouse, and we've seen some pretty disturbing things so far.
So the trial started, and day after day, more and more stomach-churning details just kept on.
I'd be like, bro, there's no need. It's probably live. If it was live, there's no need to listen to an influencer. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, again, it depends what influencer. But like, dude, it's live, isn't it? Normally they're live.
Getting presented. And the picture that all of this evidence painted was absolutely not good whatsoever. It didn't look good for David. So, not that anyone was really on his side at this point, but
I don't care how long it takes. As long as I'm with you, I got my face.
But, So according to the LA County District Attorney's Office, during a 5-day preliminary hearing, the prosecutors laid out the framework of their case against David. Some of the new information that came out states that Celeste apparently went to David's Hollywood Hills home on April 23rd, 2025, and was never seen again. Then apparently, the very next day, David is accused
26/18, 2023.
this tow yard and searched the car. They unfortunately found human remains in the trunk, and it was clear that they had been there for a while. And it only took a couple of days for the remains from the car to be identified, as the headlines that his Tesla had just been used in this horrific crime scene. But he did cancel his world tour and immediately started the car.
Where's his world?
Tesla has been going on darker since then. Twice when, you know, everything first came out, and then when he was finally arrested. And since then, obviously, there's been a whole bunch of updates, and honestly, it is just all downhill from essentially when we found out about the scene. So, for David, who also just so happened to be on tour.
When would it start? What is it saying? It starts September. Okay, yeah, because this is 2025. Shit. He might, dude. You gotta think. Before his tour is in August. That's about what, 4 or 5 months? 4 or 5 months as the last time she's been seen.
During the
Think about that, dude. She could have been in that dang car for like 6 months, man. 6/18.
The very next day, David is accused of ordering a shovel to his home. And then over the next few days,
Oh shit, hold on.
David's Hollywood Hills home on April 23rd, 2025. In the preliminary hearing, the prosecutors laid out the framework of their case against David. Some of the new information that came out states that Celeste apparently went to David's Hollywood Hills home on April 23rd, 2025.
See, again, when his tour started, that's around like a 4 month, 5 month, if I'm not mistaken. Not, rough estimate.
And was never seen again. Then apparently the very next day, David is accused of ordering a shovel to his home. And then over the next few days, using an alias, David allegedly also ordered 3 chainsaws, a body bag, and a blue inflatable pool. Yeah, and that's
3 chainsaws? I'm telling you, I think, again, this is just all alleged. I think allegedly, they are maybe allegedly more than one person involved in this. I allegedly don't think this is a one-person job. I think a lot of people are or in this, and they're not going to tell us. They're compromised. I think that's what it is. I think a lot of people, not a lot, I think there's more than people think that are involved. I don't think it's just a David thing. I think this is more than one. I think this was maybe a 3 to 4 person project. Let's put it in the most broad and lightest terms.
that doesn't give you chills after we
because you got to think, did he get the gas for it? Who got the gas? He drives an electric car. Hold on. Let's go ahead and look at every camera around. Who got gas? Did anyone around him get gas? Chainsaw don't run off pee and water. Did he get the motor for? Did he get the oil for it? Come on, man.
I know that his alleged lover, underage lover, went missing. I don't know. And forgive me for how graphic this is, but it's important that we acknowledge how dark this crime was.
I would say let's look at all the flock cameras around. When's the last time his plate got hit? When the last time on the LL license plate reader, because they're in California, they got cameras everywhere. When's the last time his Tesla was out driving? Because you line that up. What if he, think about this, if we're going deep, what if he dug her, put her in a hole, then before his dug her, put her in a hole, then he, before his whatever started, he says, he drove her to the thing, and then he left. Before his tour started.
So, prosecutors allege that David stabbed Celeste and then placed her body in the inflatable pool and used a chainsaw to dismember her before he placed her in the trunk. Yeah, it's just crazy to think how happy little dancing TikToker is literally the worst of human beings.
Whoa. I hate to be rude to Atozy. I got love for you, right? Appreciate the work you do. Who thought he was mentally sane? You see the fucking videos he does? Yeah, look at him. I don't think he's mentally sane. I would have never thought he was. You gotta think of what he's singing about and rapping about. Anyone in that genre that raps about all that stuff normally is coping with drugs and they're doing some bad things in the closet normally. Alright? Think about XX and Juice WRLD. Well, okay, Juice WRLD died of drugs. XX died of something else, right? He got shot. But they were doing drugs and a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know XX like that, but like Juice WRLD at least was. Like, think about, this is not the same avenue. Or they was like around the same music, but just think about
if that. This is true, he hasn't been sentenced by a court of law yet. So, allegedly, but it's definitely not looking good for him. And their evidence for this is partially the blood found in David's garage, as well as the small blue plastic fragments, apparently from the pool, that were embedded in the victim's remains found inside of the Tesla.
Let's just start off with the pools.
More than one person helped him. 3 chainsaws, DNA on all of them. Let's see. He ain't that smart. Tell him if you can order him to the house. Who ordered the chainsaws? Lock him up. I'm telling you, this ain't... Again, I don't know the full thing, so it's like, I don't know shit, Sherlock, it said it. It's like, you're like, you think, you know, I can be like, oh, I think it's this, I think it's that. It's like, well, the trial said it. I don't know the whole thing, that's why I'm watching this video. I'm just, again, like, don't type in the comments, hey, dummy, they said it in the trial. I didn't watch it, dude. I didn't watch it.
So yesterday I told you guys that we didn't have any information about the pool. Well, today we did. So the blue inflatable pool that was supposedly blown up and put in the garage, and David unalived Celeste there to collect the blood, it was found. Let's just talk about the garage and...
Oh, he tried to do it mafia style, where you put a piece of freaking tarp down, pop him in the back of the head, when those, or you know, you do it the least bloody way, pick up thing. Yeah, okay. He thinks he's part of the mob or something.
General. So there were stains all around. There were stains near this, like...
Damn, you didn't even try to pressure wash the shit? Come on, man. You go to great lengths just to fail?
Kind of gym area. There were also cuts inside of the floor mat. So imagine like a garage with brick flooring and black mats all on top of it. So they found stains all over the mats, and they found signs of blood, but then they pulled up the flooring, and there was so much blood that was like stained on the floor of the bricks. You could tell that a crime was committed there.
It's, yeah.
I mean, what do you expect? Like, people don't realize, like, when you have holes in your body that weren't there before, like getting stabbed, you don't just, like, it's like, you don't just not lose blood. You lose a crap ton of blood. Getting shot, you lose a crap ton of blood. Getting stabbed, you, like, especially in if they wanted to, you know, enter, like jugular and all that stuff, you lose a crap ton of blood, dude. Again, rest in peace to Celeste, man. She's the victim, and we need justice for her. Right? Straight up justice, man.
This is definitely one of the heavier topics I cover here on this channel, but since I guess it is like one of the craziest things that's happened, especially in the influencer sphere, which is the sphere that I mostly cover, just like, you know, shocking online content is kind of the niche that we cover here. And yeah, it's safe to say that's probably one of the most shocking ones that we've covered. And this guy was a big socialite and had a whole...
I wouldn't be shocked. Motherfucker was role-playing it. He thought this shit was roleplay or something. I'm not shocked. If you look at his history, dude, there's some signs thinking that he's into some weird stuff, dude. He's very weird.
Whole bunch of celebrity friends. But Sloan also talks about...
Celebrities are the most weirdest motherfuckers. He is celebrity. Man, if you look at some things that came out about celebrity this year, if you know what I'm talking about, you got to be very broad while you're speaking. Just use your imagination. Celebrities and whatever you like to say, dude, they are one of the most evil and disgusting people on the face of this earth. Most evil and most disgusting people in the world. I don't give a shit if you have celebrity friends.
The blue pieces being shown in the evidence photos of the body as well.
We saw pictures of her body. There was a photograph of her knee at one point, like her knee cap, and it had all these like blue pieces of plastic in it from the chainsaw. I also saw her body in the...
I'm not gonna say that, but he... You get what I'm saying? He cut too fast.
Tesla with her head and her arms cut off. It was so graphic, and it's really upsetting.
And as for the motive being presented, prosecutors actually made it clear.
I mean, I'm not imagining it, but I just... Oh, man. With her head? With a chainsaw? I'm telling you, dude. If he had another person order this stuff to us, I promise you, and he's in a garage... Dude, I'm telling you, this isn't... I know, you're dumb. It said it in the thing. It isn't a one-person job. Fine. I didn't see it. But just going off of this is not... I'm telling you. Again, maybe I'm off. I'm fine being off. I'm not the prosecutor. I don't gotta prove nothing. I just think there's more than one person involved. This isn't just a David thing. This is a more than a one-person job here, if you get what I'm trying to say. You're telling me he had someone order chainsaws, and then as a guy that was like social like that, he was cutting stuff up. You're telling me no one heard that? Okay. Chainsaws, especially in a room that's supposed to, be in a confined area. Yeah, okay. A chainsaw isn't loud. That ain't loud? In a garage? The reason why there's blood everywhere, you gotta just imagine, dude. He did what he did and then cut her up. You ever see, like, any of these horror movies?
Claim very similar to what many viewers assumed based on what they found themselves. Prosecutors stated that David had a lucrative career that he wanted to protect, and that he had received text messages from Celeste in the days leading up to her passing where she threatened to expose David and destroy his career. And all signs currently point to David panicking at these threats and taking the line.
So I guess this is where they're drawing the motive, which is fine. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, he probably would. He got so desperate that he's gonna murder. That's crazy, man. He didn't want to face the reality of the fact that, everything that he did in the dark is coming to the light of him doing graping a 14-year-old. Horrific.
Life of a young girl.
Again, rest in peace to her. I mean, I don't know how many times we gotta say that. It's sad.
And then dumping her body in a car on the side of the road. And I guess just hoping that it would all go away. All of this is just so confusing as well, because like he did all this,
dude. There was more than one person involved. I'm telling you this.
And then just left the car to be towed. Like clearly he's not very smart, because every step of this whole story is just like, how can you be this stupid, man? But also, we're not really.
What do you expect from a dude that's graping a 14-year-old? He couldn't be that smart, could he?
Complaining that this vile individual is stupid because at least he was caught. So again, he did all this so he wouldn't lose his $1 million record deal or whatever.
I don't know if it's Louis or Louis Bloom. He worked at Interscope, or he's really high up at Interscope, and he spoke about like handling the contracts and ultimately terminating David. I still don't really understand why he took the stand, unless it was to prove how much money David has made, because they did talk about how much he could have made at Interscope, which could have been like over $20 million.
They're just, it's a preliminary hearing, so they're just trying to give him the reasonable, or trying to persuade the evidence to the jury that make sure he's, that he could go to trial. So that's all they're doing. They're not here to prosecute him. They're just here to make sure there's enough evidence so he can go to trial. All right.
God.
What a vile human being. But yeah, now a Superior Court judge has ordered that he has to stand trial for this. Meaning the case is going forward and the district attorney thinks
oh shit,
that they actually have a good shot at winning.
Good afternoon. My name is Nathan Hockman. I'm the Los Angeles County District Attorney. Today I am here to announce that Judge Charlene Olmedo held David Anthony Burke, who goes by the name of a singer David spelled D4VT, to answer for the horrific and barbaric killing of a 14-year-old at the time, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She has held him to answer for first-degree with the special circumstances of lying in wait, doing this crime for financial gain, and a witness to an investigation.
So, Los Angeles County District Attorney.
I don't think it was for financial. I think it was for personal gain. I think he did that. I think that was for selfishness. I think he didn't want everything he was doing in the dark coming to light. I think there's a lot in one. I don't think it was just a selfish, I don't think it just was financial. I think there's a lot. I think you could definitely draw the motive off that, dude. Obviously. The girl he was sleeping with, a famous guy, said, I'm gonna blow the door on it, and she somehow just, she just dies? Definitely nothing there, right? That hasn't happened somewhere, and someone hasn't went to jail for that, but whatever.
Nathan J. Hodgman said, "What was presented by our office over the course of the last week is a small but illustrative fraction of the evidence investigators have accumulated that proves defendant Burke is guilty beyond a reason."
Whatever they gave you was all the best evidence, bro. They're not giving you terrible evidence. You gotta understand, this is so they can bring it to trial. They're not giving you all of the evidence. They actually should be giving you all the evidence. That's what it's for. They should be giving you the majority of evidence so we can go to trial. I think, dude, you know what? Maybe they're complying. Doesn't mean they should. I don't know. Just ordering 3 chainsaws just seems awkward. Maybe he's like, oh, maybe one break. I don't know. I don't know his motive.
Mr. Burke now is eligible for death penalty. The death penalty considerations are now being weighed.
And right now, David is scheduled to return in court on August 31st for a post-preliminary arraignment. And this is apparently...
That's just for them to see if he's going, right?
Where we'll likely get his new trial dates along with a new plea from him. Previously, he's pleaded not guilty, so it'll definitely be interesting to see if he changes his tune this time around. And all we can really hope for is that there is some justice found.
Well, you gotta understand, I don't think I would give him a plea deal.
For Celeste and her family. Again, I don't normally cover stories this dark, but I do feel like it's important that her story is heard. And
Heck nah, I would do. This is a good story, man. By the way, if because you said it's August 31st, we will watch it again, because I'd like to see the lore on this. If you post again about this, but dude, if he did this, yeah, he needs to be on the chopping block, if you get what I'm saying. A pedo, a rapist, and a murderer walk into prison and isn't even a pedo and a rapist, a murderer walks into prison and isn't even walking out. Isn't even walked out. I don't get what you're saying. Okay. That guy wasn't leaving breadcrumbs. He was leaving straight up baguettes laying around. I think he was just fucking retarded, dude. I legit think he was dumb. I mean, dude, if you look at his back history, dude, this is exactly what he would do. And the ability to think 30 seconds to your future is a nice talent. Yeah, but are you sleeping with kids like he is? No. Hope not. Hope not. Dude, he did that because he didn't want everything to come out. He's famous. He didn't want everyone to come out. And he needs life in prison if he did it. Every single adult in Celeste's life failed her miserably. Yes. Her family knew. Her friends knew. His agent and employees knew. Even her Okay. Oh, his family. Sorry, not even her family. Let's see if that's true. Don't forget the Discord mods do too. Yep. So yeah, I was like, dude, there a lot of people are complicit in this. And come on, feds, start knocking at doors. Start knocking at some doors. Let's start using our taxpayer dollars. So, start knocking at doors. Hey guys, a dead underage girl is found in my car, but it wasn't me. Now let me continue touring with songs that describe murder about underage girls. Or about a lover, I would say, yeah. It wasn't about underage girls, it was a lover. David's life is over as he knows it. Good. Yeah, right? Thank you, right? I appreciate that. David was thinking, if there's too much evidence, then I'll look too innocent. I hope not. That's the fucking worst thing you could say in your life. Without how many breadcrumbs he left, it seems like he was trying to fully scheme a sick fantasy. If you look at his history, dude, duh. Let me know what you think about this video. This was a good video. Shout out to atozy. Oh, man. Again, rest in peace to Celeste. Again, this comment right here, I like it. Again, let's not say definitively, because if there's evidence that they did, okay. If there's evidence that they did, okay. But again, if there's evidence that they did, his family knew, his friends knew, his agents, his employees knew, her family even knew. Don't forget about the Discord mod, they knew too. Yeah. That's all I gotta say, man. That's something to end it off on, because the fact that they're not getting investigated and these people aren't, getting some knocks at the door, be like, hey, we gotta talk to you. Because being complicit in that, I hate to be rude, is evil. It's evil, man. That is very evil to do. Shout out to atozy for the video. He will be in the link in the description below. Hit the link, follow up on all the socials. Like the video. Comment down below what you think about this one. And hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. Turn on notifications. Sub over here. Peace.